Hey, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I wanted to show you something pretty cool. This is a really informal video. It's not like a big fancy script or an instruction or anything. I just want to show you something neat. So this is the GPD Win Max. It's a big honkin' thing and it's cool. I really like using this. It is a little bit hefty and heavy, but it's got decent battery life. I'm playing my Steam games on here. This is really my only machine I have with Steam set up. And I thought I would experiment with some of my handheld emulation devices. So this is Digimon Story Time Stranger, and I'm using Moonlight. Moonlight lets you stream your PC to a gaming device, but it automatically maps all of the controls as well, so it's extremely convenient. So you'll see as I move this analog stick here, and I don't know why we call these sticks. I mean, you ever think about it? That's not what a stick looks like. Go outside, pick up a stick. That's not what they look like. These look more like nipples. So I'm going to refer to them as nipples for now. So, and the sound comes through as well. So I'm going to put down the GPD Win Max, and I'll just show you. So this device is actually quite cheap. This is an Android, not an Android. This is Linux-based. It's a handheld emulation device that are becoming more and more prevalent. There's so many different models of these. So these are quite cheap because they run an operating system that's quite lightweight. It is Linux-based, and not all of these can run Moonlight. Again, I'm using Moonlight. The PC runs Sunshine, and then the devices run Moonlight. And I'll show you some other devices as well. So this is a 1x1 screen, 720 by 720, really fantastic. It's excellent if you like the older Game Boy stuff. But it looks great. It's responsive. It's so smooth. It uses your home Wi-Fi network. So this connects to the Wi-Fi. Not all of these devices have Wi-Fi. So this, again, I think this is running ArcOS. So this is one of my favorite devices to use because it's very comfortable to use. They can be a little bit finicky to set up Moonlight on these. Now you can get devices that are Android-based, but the Android-based devices are significantly more expensive. So this is the Anbernic RG405V. Really fantastic wood grain on that. I really do appreciate the wood grain on this device. And actually what I found my favorite device to play modern Steam games is the Powkiddy X28. This is a little bit of an older model, but it's quite strong. It works great. The controls are comfortable and fantastic. I really like the screen on this. It has a touchscreen, as does this. These both have touchscreens on them, and I'll just show a demonstration of running the game on this in just a moment. I'll share with you some other devices as well. Not all of these, so this is a Linux-based device. Not all of these have Wi-Fi built in. You can get dongles, but then you'll have adapter and then a massive honking thing sticking out the top or the bottom. And you don't necessarily want that when you're gaming. You move your game console around, you want to take that in your pocket. And if you've got a dangly bit sticking out that can get bent, damaged, mess up the port, it's not really what you want for a convenient gaming experience. As you just want to turn your console on and enjoy some gaming. This is the RX6H, and this does not have Wi-Fi. A lot of these now have modern versions that have been updated with Wi-Fi added, and I would like to compile a list and start doing reviews on these to let you know. But this does have, you know, the two nipples on it, so you could potentially, if you got an add-on, a little dangle dongle, just stick in there, and then that one can play your Steam games, but they don't have Wi-Fi built in. This is what scientists describe as hella sick because it is clear blue, as is this one. These are both technically described as hella sick, but they don't have Wi-Fi units. This is the R36 Max and the R36H. I think they really messed up with the names, all these different companies. But these don't have Wi-Fi models, but there are new versions that do have Wi-Fi models. So I'm working on a video where I can help you figure out which ones do and don't, and which ones can run Moonlight. And lastly, well, not lastly, one of the last ones is this one. Now, technically something like this could run Moonlight, but it doesn't have it installed, and it's also missing the nipples. If you see the newer versions of this is an Anbernic RG35XXSP. That's a mouthful. I fought so hard to not say that's what she said. There's a newer model of this that does have nipples, and you could install Moonlight on there yourself. So if you don't have a device with Moonlight built in, you can actually install it. You can sideload it yourself, but if you don't have nipples, it's going to make it difficult to play your modern game. So let's go ahead and see Digimon Story Time Stranger running on some other devices, if you just give me a moment here. Okay, I just got Moonlight set up on this Game MT E5, and I think this is the Plus model. There should be a Max model that is now available, which is better. This one was a nightmare to set up because this one does not have a touchscreen, so it's cheaper. It does run Android, but without a touchscreen, it's very frustrating. It's difficult to download stuff off the internet, but you can see that it is actually running quite smoothly on here. It looks fantastic. This unit also serves as a power bank as well. Be careful if this catches on fire during your in-flight service. But this is cool. It's cool. It can do anything an Android can do. This manufacturer does make different models that have touch screens as well. I can show that in a future video. But I just find this one very comfortable. It's got a massive honking screen on it, but there's one that's even more big. And that is this one here, the X28, which I really like. Let's go ahead and see the game running on the X28. Now, if I open this, let's see if it just kicks off the other device here. I'm gonna open this and see what happens. I'm gonna click on Steam here, resume session, and let's see if it. That's weird. Whoa. That's new. I didn't think that was gonna happen. So there's Digimon Story Time Stranger running on that device. It's actually running on two devices simultaneously. If I move this nipple here, what? Oh, okay. I've surprised myself. Wow, Moonlight is very cool. So look, if you have a friend that wants to watch you play, your friend can use Moonlight, and they can watch you play the game on their own screen, I guess. This is really neat. Holy, wow. One of the major advantages to using something like a lightweight, smaller device is that they're very portable, and if you use Moonlight for streaming, you get absurd battery life. On this Powkiddy X28, I think I played for about 40-45 minutes last night just testing, and then the battery only dropped about 10% or something like that on running Moonlight through Android. So I would get significantly more battery life than just playing it on my GPD Win Max. I didn't know that was going to happen. This is really cool. I thought it was just going to kick the other device off the streaming, but they're both streaming the device. So this is really great. So I'll put the links to both Moonlight and Sunshine. The Sunshine, you install that on the computer. The computer runs Sunshine. These devices run Moonlight. Again, these two are Android devices. Let's see if we can get 3 for 3. Let's get a third device running that stream simultaneously. That is so interesting. Okay. Open that. You can see that our computer has been set up. Let's go ahead and run Steam Big Picture on that. We're going to click on Resume Session. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, hold on. It's running it on 3 devices simultaneously. I wonder what the limit. I want to know what the limit is. This is really cool. So, now the problem with square screens is that modern games are not necessarily designed for the square screens, right? So this screen is actually very small, despite that it's a very high quality screen. So it takes a moment for the controls to get transferred over from one device to another, but it still works, which is very cool. The problem with smaller screens is that games are generally designed for widescreens, so they do get compressed. Not compressed in terms of course they're compressed in terms of quality, but they are scaled down, and it makes text very hard to read. Let's go ahead and compare sizes. Oh no, I accidentally pushed the power button on that. You can see the amount of real estate you get on the X28. And again, these are both Android devices. The Android devices, again, are a little bit pricey. There has been a new device that was just recently launched. I've purchased one for the purpose of testing and reviewing. It looks to be a lower priced Android device, and I want to find one that is easy for people to afford so they can do some gaming, and the Moonlight thing just really opens things up for people. So this is really cool. Again, I'll show you the screen on this device here, the RX6H. It's playing some Sonic music here. Let me see if this, okay, I'm gonna see what happens if I try and open that, see if we get 4 for 4 here. But these, okay, so I think this one doesn't like it. This one, I think I might have to manually do something to make it work. It didn't want to work with the other devices on there. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at that. It's been fun sharing this sort of stuff with you. I hope you take a look at this. And again, the Linux-based devices are a little bit finicky if you want to use Moonlight. The Android ones are a significantly better experience, but make sure it is a device that has a touch screen. This one does not have a touch screen, but GameMT does make devices with touchscreens. I can share more. If you want to see more, let me know in the comments. Okay, take care of yourselves. Be well.